everybody. I am going live. I'm trying to fix my camera. It's like falling. It's like falling this way. So it's a good way to start it. My mini tripod broke last week and they're sending me a replacement, which is really nice, but I'm having to put up with a broken tripod for the time being. So sorry if you have to watch me like this. Hi guys. Hi. Sorry if do I look really weird live? Are you guys gonna get like neck pinches from trying to watch me like that? I apologize so much. But hi guys, we are doing another live stream. Oh good, you guys say it looks okay. Okay, good, great. Because I'm just so worried my camera's about to fall off at any moment. Okay, hey Liv, how's it going guys? Okay, so in today's video, what the Twitter poll requested the most was tips to grow a YouTube channel. So I'm super excited about it. I also feel kind of weird doing it. I always feel a little bit weird where I almost feel like I'm trying to like teach or something, because I mean, I have had a beauty channel for a year. We just recently hit 20,000 subscribers, which is super exciting, but I think it's really easy to compare yourself to a lot of other big channels, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like 20,000 and people want to hear this topic from me, like, hey Katie, and it just like kind of surprises me, but hopefully I can give some good tips or advice or just things that I found that worked for me. Hopefully this can be somewhat helpful to you, and if you're watching it on the replay, hopefully it helps you guys out as well. I did get some questions about Super Chat in last week's video, so I double checked. I do have Super Chat enabled. I honestly am not super familiar with Super Chat myself, but I guess it is where you can make a donation to my channel and your comment will be like highlighted, I think, and put to the very top of my comment feed. So basically so I can see it easier, because when your guys' comments come in, I only get 3 at a time and they go very quickly. So people have asked if I could turn on the Super Chat, and I got asked specifically if I would turn it on for this video, because I guess some of you guys might have questions. So it is enabled. Don't feel like you have to do it or anything like that, but it should be enabled if anybody is interested in it. Of course, if anyone makes a donation to my channel, the donation would go back to my channel. Specifically, I'm thinking for items to review and things like that. And I would really like to do what like Jen Loves Reviews does, where when she does the review video of what she bought from her Super Chat, she does list the names of everybody who did donate. So that is what I want to do as well. So I wanted to get that out of the way before I start getting super distracted. I have a paper and pen in hand because okay, so Mickey said, do you have to pay for Super Chat? So yes, what I understand what it is that you make a monetary donation, and I think it's like the more that you donate, the longer time that your comment will be like pinned to the top of my comment screen so I can see it. I believe that is the way that it goes. I think you can do anywhere, I'm not sure the minimum amount actually. I want to say I've heard like anywhere from like $5 up or something like that. So again, don't feel pressured. I'm going to try to get through as many questions as I can, but I did get quite a few questions about it this week. As I was saying, I was going to make this video, so I wanted to point that out. But I do have my pen and paper because I'm kind of nervous to do this live, because I'm just going to have to kind of like try to come up on the spot, where usually when you do Q&As like this, you kind of get your questions beforehand and you can think about them and you know, all that good stuff. So I'm kind of nervous, like what if I can't think of a good answer or the right answer or things like that. So in case I have any of those questions, I was just gonna write them down and then answer them later or things like that, or on my Snapchat. So just in case we have any questions. So I wanted to get into it. So if you guys have any questions for me on anything about growing a YouTube channel, whether it be content or talk about the lighting. Okay, I can talk about lighting. So content, what I use or anything like that, just to let me know and I'll try to get through as many comments as I can. For lighting, when I first started my YouTube channel, I only did natural light. So I film, I'm gonna write some of these down anyways. How do you choose a camera? Okay, so a lot of questions about my camera, and I actually pulled it out, so I have it right here. So for lighting, I just film in front of a very large window. If you follow me on Snapchat, you usually see it's like Aries sits in front of it. So I have a very large window. When I first started my channel, that is the only thing that I used, and I would have to film during the daylight if it was raining, if it was snowing, if it was whatever. I basically couldn't film because I was only using that. I eventually went on to purchase 2 soft boxes. When I do upload this as, like, once the live stream is over and I upload as a regular video, I can leave any of this in the description box down below if you want to come back and check that out. But I purchased 2 soft boxes from Limo Studio. I just got them off of Amazon. I think it was $70 for 2 soft boxes, and they're pretty large soft boxes. I lost my train of thought for a second, sorry. They are pretty large soft boxes, and they worked well enough, but they weren't quite perfect, and I couldn't quite figure out exactly where to put them. And then a little bit ago, like maybe a month ago, I did get sent a ring light from Diva Ring Light, and it has helped so much. I actually do have it on right now. It's the only thing in front of me. Katie asked, do the soft boxes make a difference when you're using natural light? Not really. I didn't really need the soft boxes when I used natural light if it was super bright. I was only using the soft boxes if it was kind of like overcast or dark. I tried to use them in like the pitch dark, like filming at night, and those videos just like, it didn't really work out. But the ring light is honestly what has very much saved me. A lot of times I'm only using the ring light. I don't even use the soft boxes unless I'm filming at night. And then I would do a ring light, I would do a soft box to one side of me, and I would do a soft box behind me. Because if you don't have light behind you, you can have too many shadows. That was one thing that took me a long time to learn. So if ever you can put a light behind you, if you're filming in a really dark setting, that will really help to kind of brighten everything up, and so you don't have as many shadows. But basically now, I typically will always use my ring light, even if I'm filming in natural light, because I think it helps things be a little bit brighter. I have my ring light, and then I have my tripod in front of it with my camera, and then I sit here. So I still mess around. I'm not the best with it, especially since I just got the ring light, but I think it's been really, really handy. A lot of times if I'm filming in daylight, I put the diffuser cloth over it so it's not quite as bright. And if I'm filming more in the dark or like overcast, I take the diffuser off because it's brighter. Do you point the light upwards that's behind you? Yes, I do. So my soft boxes come on a tripod as well. And what I do is I just smush them down all the way, and then I flip it all the way up. I flip the actual soft box all the way up. Oh, Vanessa, thank you. You're so sweet, Vanessa. Oh, you are so nice. But yeah, that's what I do. So I flip it up so the light is pointing upwards, and I found that that is what helps the most when it comes to lighting. So those are kind of my lighting tips and ideas. And also when I re-upload, or if you guys just want to go back and look on the channel regardless, I have a video about getting my ring light, reviewing my ring light, and then also kind of my filming setup and that sort of thing. So there's more in that video too. But a lot of people are asking about my camera. So right now I film with the Sony a5100. I thought someone would ask about it, so I thought I would pull it out just to be able to show you, because I do the live. Thank you so much, Katie. You guys are so sweet. I'm writing your names down, even though I'm pretty sure it tells you, but I don't care. I just want to make sure. So the Sony a5100. So when I first started my YouTube channel, again, I can link it down below. I have a video about starting a YouTube channel with no money, because that's what I did. And I just used my phone, which is what I do to film the live now. Oh my gosh, Lisa, come on. You guys know that I get emotional, so if we're live and I get emotional, it's really hard for me to stop. So that would be embarrassing. So anyways, so I was filming just off of my phone. I know, Lisa, no tears. I know. I was filming just off my phone, and honestly, a lot of phones these days have really good cameras. So, oh, there's so many comments. Have so many good cameras coming in, and honestly, it worked out really well. There's also a free YouTube editor if you guys don't like editing. There's a free YouTube editor. That's what I started out with, and again, I do mention that in the video. So it was really easy to use. It was free. Oh, thank you. And that's what I used for a while until I felt more confident to actually buy an editing program, and I now use Wondershare Filmora. But when I finally decided, it was about, I don't even know when it was. I got my income tax back and I was like, I'm buying a camera. I was so excited about it. Hi, Brooke. So I bought the camera. I bought the Sony a5100. Basically, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and everybody was like, I started with the Sony a5100. So to let you guys know, I'm not a technology person. I struggle so hard and it's really embarrassing because I started a website in 2009. Oh, thank you, Michelle from Victorville, California. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, so cool. I was born in Visalia, California. I don't know where Victorville is, but that's really cool. So yeah, I don't know technology very well, and it's really embarrassing, to be honest. So I was very overwhelmed with buying a camera because I was like, what if I can't figure it out? Then that's gonna suck. Oh, your dad lives in Visalia? That is so cool. Liv says, does the Sony a5100 stop recording at a certain time? Yes, I can film for about 13 minutes straight on this guy, and then it overheats and I have to shut it off. But I will say it has a lot of really good features on it. I got mine, and oh, you're from Fresno, Michelle? I do know Fresno. That I do know. But the Sony a5100, I think it has a lot of plus and minuses, but I will say, as a beginner, I will say that I think it is a good beginner camera because I was able to get it pretty well. It has things like autofocus, which I really enjoy. No, 13 minutes would not work for you, Liv. No, that's for sure. It has a lot of features that I enjoyed, like the autofocus. I mean, it has a good zoom. This is just the stock lens. It has a good zoom on it. What are the other features? I mean, it was around $400 to $500, I think, which is not as expensive as some other cameras, of course. I mean, it still is an investment, but I've had this for over a year and I haven't had any problems. I had one issue the other day where it wouldn't turn on and I got really worried, but I just gave it a second and it turned on just fine, so that was good. But I like it. It does also have the flipped screen, which I think is really handy too, because I started vlogging, and so it's really nice because I can turn the camera around, I can see myself, but also just when filming to be able to flip this up and see myself. When I was filming on my phone, I have doors leading into my office, and if I got them just right and the shadows were just right, I could see myself in the pane of my window. Which was odd, but a lot of times I had no idea if I was in frame. I had no clue. Oh, no, let's not get catty. Okay, everyone be cool. So that's good, but one of the downfalls, I think like the biggest downfall, is that it overheats so quickly. So like I said, I can get it for 13 minutes and then it needs to chill for at least like 10 to 15 minutes and then I can go again for another 13 minutes. So instead of just being able to sit down and film, I have to keep like pausing, and then when I pause, like I get distracted and I start doing something else, and then a half hour later I come back and I'm like, okay, where did I leave off of? And it turns my filming setup into like a 3-hour process where it could just be like 30 minutes straight through. So that's a bummer. But for beginners, I feel like this is really easy. It also has a really good feature of you can wirelessly transfer your photos to your phone. You just have an app that you put onto your phone. I can't remember what it's called right now, but then I can just go in and wirelessly choose which photos that I want, and it takes them directly to my phone so that I can edit and upload to Instagram. And then it's really easy to transfer the videos over. So I found this really easy to use, and honestly, I don't really I haven't really changed my settings because I don't really get them. I have tried to watch videos and people, you know, talk about things, but like I don't know what white balance is, I don't know what f-stop is. It's so confusing to me, but honestly the default settings I think work well enough. Sorry, I got a pen in my hair. I think the default settings work well enough for me right now that I'm doing an okay enough job. I do hope to be able to upgrade a camera sometime soon and then maybe have this as just a vlog camera, but it's probably going to be like into the future. So there's that. So Filmora. Okay, so Filmora, when I record with my phone, do I use the front or back camera? When I was recording for a YouTube video, I was recording with the back camera, so that's why I wouldn't be able to see myself. But like if you do a YouTube live, then I film with the front camera so I can see myself and I can see the comments. But yes, for editing, I use Wondershare Filmora. I think it's like $50 a year or something like that. It's pretty inexpensive, and I thought it was very beginner friendly because, again, I know nothing about editing, and people talking about Final Cut Pro like just overwhelmed me so much. Okay, Rachel says 35-ish for the year. Okay. Randy said there's no money sign to donate. I think, did someone say you can't do a super chat on an iPhone? I'm not sure. About how much time do I spend editing each video? It depends on what the video is, but what I do is I'll run through the video first and I'll cut and slice, like, you know, I'll slice out all of my or if I'm like grabbing a product or things like that, and then I rewatch it again and I try to cut out how much I repeat myself, because I know I repeat myself a ton. So I've been trying to cut down the amount that I repeat myself, and then I will go back a third time and I will do like an intro card, and I will put in like the pop-ups that you see in my video where it says like my Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram and that sort of thing, and I put in like a subscribe button or any other photos, sound effects, anything like that. So I usually watch every single video 3 times, and you guys know that some of my videos are 20 to 30 minutes, so it's a lot of time that I spend on editing, but I just try to do the best that I can. I don't have anything like super crazy yet. Like, I can't do everything crazy that people can do on Final Cut Pro because Wondershare Filmora doesn't have all of it, but I think they have good enough like transitions, and you know, they have sound effects right in there that you can use too. And I just really like it. I think it was good for beginners. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are so nice. Oh. Rachel said, do I stand while filming videos? No, I sit on a very tall bar stool. That is what I sit on. I know sometimes it looks like I'm standing, but I am sitting on just a tall bar stool. But what was I talking about? Oh, I think Wondershare Filmora is very good for beginners too. So if you are a beginner and you're not sure about editing, I think it's a good way to kind of get your feet wet and that sort of thing. I hope to upgrade maybe one day, because I know, like, I see kind of like the cool effects that people can do with stuff about with Final Cut Pro, but I think it's good enough for me right now, and I'm happy with it. And also there's a lot of really good tutorials to learn how to do certain things like transitions and things like that. And I mean, they have really cool things. You can like mirror image. I think you can even do like green screen on there, but I've never really delved into that. But they do have a lot of features, and I thought that they were very cost friendly because I was nervous to choose an editing program. So that boy George says, what about intro videos? What about them? What do you mean by intro videos? Let me ask that. Let me know what you're asking, and I can try to answer that as best as I can. I'll write that down. Okay. Nina, what computer do you use? Because I have an HP and the quality comes out bad. I have an HP as well. I don't think, or I mean, this is where I'm like not very good at technology, but I don't think it should be the computer that makes a difference. It should either be your camera or your editing software. I will say for editing with Wondershare Filmora, it took me a long time to realize this too. My export settings, take a look at them because it also does matter. I now export at like 1920. I think it's like one of the highest ones that you can do, like 1920 by something, because that will have it to be able to watch in 1080, which is like the best quality that you can get on YouTube. So that is what I use, but play around with the different settings, and it took me a while to get mine figured out, but I was finally able to get them for both YouTube and Instagram. I do use Wondershare Filmora to create my Instagram tutorials as well. So, okay, that's a little bit about editing. Rachel says, how did you get your name out there? It's hard to be noticed in the beauty community on YouTube because there are so many girls now. Most definitely, it's very hard. Vanessa says an intro like Stephanie Nicole, that may be what they're referring to. And see, I don't have one like that. I don't really have like any sort of set intro or anything. Sometimes I just have like a black picture, that I put at the beginning of my videos, and then I overlay a text in on Wondershare Filmora to say like what the video is, but that's all it is. It's just a black, I just googled black backgrounds, saved the image, and then I upload it in Wondershare. I put it in the screen, and then I overlay a text from Wondershare on the screen. So that's all I do for my intro. I don't have like a cool video or anything like that. But Rachel had asked how I got my name out there. Honestly, I think the biggest part for me was utilizing other social media platforms. I was on social media before I started a YouTube channel because I am a published author and I'm also a book blogger. So I started a book blog in 2009 and then went on to publish novels. So I was already really familiar with like Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest and things like that. And I already had like somewhat of a following, even though they're not necessarily beauty, but I think it also kind of helped just being familiar with the platforms, where I think more and more people are familiar with the platforms now, but still not everybody is. So I think that kind of helped me, but just like consistently posting, like cross-posting my other photos to my Facebook pages, to Twitter. I pin every single video that I make on Pinterest. I pin all like my Instagram posts. And then just trying to be consistent, I think helped me out a lot too. Consistently uploading videos. Those are kind of like my best ways that I feel like I got my name out there, but also one of the best things that I think too is making friends with other people in the community, and doing, oh my gosh, the word has left me, collaboration videos, doing collabs with other friends and things like that. And even something like joining like a Facebook group. I belong to quite a few Facebook groups and even like Instagram little groups of other people who make the same kind of content. We can support each other, and then that can lead to collabs. But I mean, obviously I'm a subscriber to so many of my friends who make YouTube videos, and then they're subscribers to me, and that kind of helps to build your following. And I know like we shout each other out so much, and we try to do a good job of doing that, I guess. And then you can do collabs and you can expand your audience that way. So I think that would, Harriet says, I'd love to see you collab with Olivia. Okay. More on that later. Cassie says, really, Pinterest, didn't think of that. I post to Twitter and Instagram. Pinterest to me is super easy to do it because I have something like a pin installer on my computer. So it's super easy for me to go to my video and then I just click pin to Pinterest and it goes out into the world, and it's totally fine. Is it difficult for you to keep viewers interested in your content? Does it upset you that you don't have more viewers and subscribers? One of the best tips of advice that I could give about like content and such is pay attention to your videos, pay attention to your analytics. And I know that might sound really easy, but it was something that didn't click for me for a while. I was kind of being like very sporadic, and I was doing all these different kinds of videos, and I felt like maybe I was kind of getting a little bit stagnant with my channel, like it wasn't really growing or moving anywhere. And I think once I finally started paying attention to seeing what videos work the best, I was like, oh, okay, so I should make more of those videos because that is what my audience wants to see. And honestly, since I started paying attention to the analytics, I feel like I have seen a very large increase in my channel in both views and then also subscribers as well. But to me, honestly, views means more to me than subscribers because it means people are actually watching. It's super easy for people to subscribe to a channel, and you know, I have like my mom and my husband and my friends that subscribe, but maybe they don't watch. But watching means a lot to me because watching means a lot to me because I put a lot of work into the videos, into the editing, into the equipment, into marketing the videos. So it means a lot to me when people watch the videos. But definitely once I saw that the videos on my channel that were getting the most views were the videos where I just talked about makeup. When I came up with the Will I Buy It series, I was the first one to do a Will I Buy It, which is a spinoff to the Anti-Haul. But once, hi Amy, hi Jenny, hey Jillian, thanks for coming by. But once I did the Will I Buy It video and I saw how many views came in, for some reason or another, I was like nervous to do another one because I was like, oh, I don't know if anyone liked it. Even though the views were telling me differently, the comments were telling me differently, I still waited like a month and a half to do another Will I Buy It. And then I did a Will I Buy It. And then a bunch of people watched that video too. And it took me a while, but I was finally like, I should make this a weekly thing. And whether you decide to do something weekly, monthly, whatever it is, once I figured out the videos that my viewers were coming back for and asking for, and I started doing them more, then my views, guys, is that, oh man, can someone block that? Oh man, seriously. But once I started paying attention to that, then that's when I saw my views and subscribers really grow. So some people, they have their channel mostly focused on tutorials. Some are mostly focused on reviews. Some are mostly focused on hauls. Mine is mostly focused on talking about makeup. So, you know, kind of find your niche. And it doesn't mean that that's the only thing you have to do, because you can definitely do more things and have a more well-rounded channel. But if you find the topics that are really connecting with your viewers and bringing in more viewers, then it can be a little bit more consistent in growth. That's the biggest thing that I realized, and the biggest thing that I kind of took away. It just took me a while to get there. But that's why you see me do a lot of videos talking about makeup, best and worst series, the Will I Buy It, you know, things like that. So thank you guys for reporting that, because I missed it the first time it happened in a live chat, but I did not miss it this time, so there's that. Okay, so let's see. Is there any other, I've been doing a bad job writing down questions. Mickey says, so it takes some time to find a niche. I mean, it took me almost a year, I would say. So yeah, definitely. I mean, if growth doesn't happen for you right away, don't panic, because it's going to take time. And a lot of people who have these millions of subscribers, they've been making YouTube videos for 3, 5, 7 years. And, you know, they didn't get to 1 million overnight. I think it's definitely harder now with YouTube, because it's definitely more of a saturated market, and same thing with Instagram. But if you stay consistent and you keep putting the work in, I truly, honestly feel... Assign someone to moderate on Tuesdays. Okay, I will make a note of that. But I really, truly, honestly feel that the growth will come. I think with anything, you can't expect it to happen overnight, or even really in a few months. It'll take time, and I think viewers like to see people being consistent now. And that's, I don't know, maybe that's just my personal thing, but sometimes I'll get frustrated when a YouTuber only posts once a week, once a month. I'm like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? So how often should someone upload videos? I think it is a personal thing, and one thing that I would suggest doing is trying out different things, because I think a lot of people think there is one time that you should post on YouTube. There's one day that you should post on YouTube, and that will be the best for you. And I would say check it out and see what works best for you, because I took about 1 month, and I would post about I would post just on random days and at random times, and I would see what would get the best views, and I would make notes of that. And then I would, once I figured out like, oh, okay, so it helps for me to post in the morning. I posted about between 9 and 9:15 CST. I felt like that was getting the best times, so then I consistently posted at that time, and I was getting good consistent views. And then just as like a one-off one time, I was like, I'm going to try to post at night and see what happens, and my viewership was way down there. So it's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on your audience. I would say play around with it. That really is my best tip. See which days work better and which times work better. I have started posting every single day just because I feel like I have so much content, and between live streaming and doing vlogging, it's really, really easy for me to post every day. I also do work from home, so there's that. I mean, I'm not having to like go anywhere, and not that this is like my full-time job, but I consider it part of my full-time jobs. And then I also am a full-time author, but it helps me, and I can do every day, but I don't feel like everybody needs to do every day. I've been reading a lot more that with this algorithm with YouTube, it's better if you post more times a day. Like some people are even saying that you should post 2 times a day, which that to me is just a little insane. I feel like every day is already really crazy, but I would say if you can do at least twice a week, that would probably help. Another thing that I suggest is having some sort of schedule. I actually, once I got to 10,000 subscribers, I was able to get like a YouTube manager or something like that, I think it's called. It's someone who works within YouTube, and we can have phone calls or email discussions. It's really cool part of YouTube. And when I spoke with her, she suggested doing a series, and she suggested having a schedule, and to make your schedule known. You will see on when you go to my YouTube page, like my header in the beginning says I post new videos on Sunday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I do need to change it. I've only been doing every day for about 2 weeks now, so I don't know. I might wait a little bit longer to change it, but people like to know. And one thing that I take away from YouTube is that it's almost kind of like a TV show to me now. Since I started really getting into YouTube and watching YouTube, I cannot remember the last time I turned on our TV. I really can't. I mean, we were gone all weekend, so that doesn't help, but I cannot remember the last time I turned on my TV. YouTube to me is my TV. And a lot of times people like to know the days that you're going to upload, and sometimes they even like to know the times that you upload. That's why I try to be consistent, posting between 9 and 9:15. Sometimes it's between 9 and 10, you know, doing every day and how much editing you have to do. Sometimes I get a little bit behind on 9 o'clock on the dot type of thing. But if they know the day, then they know to come to your channel. I know days that I can go to someone else's channel and watch one of their new videos, and it really is helpful, and then you don't have to rely on the notifications. Bye, Vanessa. Thank you. So then you don't have to rely on the notifications, because I know a lot of people say they don't get notified. I barely get notified when people post a new video. So if they know your schedule date, then that can be a good thing. So Lucas says, does the thumbnail help get more viewers? I think the thumbnail is definitely important, but I don't know, because to me, a lot of people say like the thumbnail is one of the best things, and I don't know, maybe in the beginning, the thumbnails can help if you don't have a huge subscriber base yet, if you can make a thumbnail very catchy looking, but after a while, for me, the thumbnails don't really do much for me, and again, this could just be a personal thing, but the thumbnails don't seem to do as much for me. I care more about what the actual video is going to be about. I want the content versus the thumbnail, if that makes sense. I make my thumbnail in Canva. I know a lot of people use PicMonkey as well, and they have free items. They both have free and paid for items. I always just use the free. It's super easy. I just take the thumbnail right on my Sony a5100. I transfer it to my phone, and then I upload it to Canva. You can do different texts, and you can add photos in there and things like that. So that is what I use for my thumbnail. But again, I would probably focus more on the content and then marketing your video, and that's what I think is most important. But the thumbnail, I mean, you do want to have a good thumbnail. You don't want it to be like dark and strange looking or not have anything to do with the video. But to me, the content and getting your video out there, I think, are more important. So I'm glad that you don't use the fake clickbaits. Yeah, some thumbnails and some titles really drive me crazy. I honestly, like, I've had to unsubscribe from some people because I would just get so annoyed at, like, you think their video is one thing and then you click on it, it's completely different. It doesn't even have to do with the thumbnail or the title, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, it makes me so angry. Let's see, okay, so a lot of people use PicMonkey, that's good. Okay, is there any other questions? Because we are at 30 minutes, so I'm going to want to wrap it up. If you guys want to see a part 2, let me know. Or I do a Twitter poll every week on Twitter. I'm at by Samantha March, and I ask what you guys want to see in the next YouTube live. So if you don't follow me over there, go ahead and follow me so I know what to talk about for next week. Let's see, what's your favorite part about being an influencer? Oh gosh, you had to block someone else. Okay, what's your favorite part of being an influencer? Like the friendships that I make. Like, to me, that hands down is the best part. To be able to talk every day to people like all around the world is so incredibly crazy to me, and to make friendships and connections with people that I probably would never have the chance to without social media and without being on certain platforms, I think it's just really amazing. And I mean, I talk to the same people on Snapchat every single day, on Instagram every single day, on Twitter every single day, and it's really cool to see those types of friendships get made. Ashley says, would you ever have a meet and greet? I totally would, but I feel like that's a long time in the future. Jenny says, hugs to Aries, thank you. Okay, yes, meet and greet. That's so, like, strange to think about. But thank you guys for coming by. Again, I'll do the Twitter poll. So let me know. We could always do a part 2 if there's something else about YouTube that, let's all go to Iowa. Super fun here, guys. Super fun here. But let me know what you'd want to see in the next video. The comments that you do in the live stream don't come over to when the video actually processes and uploads like a regular YouTube video. So if you have any other comments you want to give, come check it out when the actual video goes up and leave a comment so I can see all of them. I hope this was somewhat helpful to you guys, because I know a lot of people have been asking for this video. It got voted on when I did the Twitter poll, so I hope it was somewhat helpful. And if you do want to see another video like this, just let me know in the comments or come by the Twitter poll. But I think that's going to be it. If you guys are watching it on the replay, thank you so much for coming by and clicking on it. And if you have further questions, you can leave them in the comments down below, because I do read and respond to all of the comments. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, maybe. If you don't follow me on Twitter or Snapchat, I would suggest it, because I know next Tuesday is the 4th, right? Next Tuesday is the 4th of July, so I'm not 100% positive if I would be able to live stream on Tuesday, but if I change the date or something like that, I'll let you guys know. Thank you, Ashley. I'll let you guys know on my other social media platforms as well, but otherwise, I will see you guys in my next live stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Bye, guys.